we want to give you an opportunity to meet a great family of warriors, not only from Atlanta, Georgia, but by ways of the international community and all that Hosea Feed the Hungry represents. We have with us today the Honorable Mrs. Elizabeth Omolami, National Executive Director of Hosea Feed the Hungry, and of course, the entire staff, as well as the illustrious and great Andre Williams, son of Hosea Williams. We also have with us an opportunity to see visually what Hosea Feed the Hungry is all about.
And yet, within its boundaries and under its moss-laden trees and deep in its communities are people in need. People who struggle in silent desperation every day, who wonder who is going to come to my aid, who is going to hear my cry, where am I going to go when I feel hopeless and forgotten, lost, and without any source of help. And it's in every city, not just in Savannah. There's a crisis all across this country in cities where the working poor have been crunched by rising costs of food, rising costs of living, lack of opportunities for jobs, and rising costs in the rent, in this market, foreclosures. You all know the litany of ills. I don't have to tell you what they are. And yet we don't hear the outcry. We don't hear that voice of a person like a Hosea Williams out there crying out for those who really have no voice.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Yeah. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I've had nothing to live for, look like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay,
be in front of the monument for Tommy Chichi. And as many Savannahans know, that Tommy Chichi met General Oglethorpe, who founded Savannah in 1733. And Tommy Chichi was the head of the Indian tribe in this area and helped General Oglethorpe and the things that he did to set up the city of Savannah. And of course, we're proud to have the first planned city in the entire country that General Oglethorpe set up. And now we have the largest historic district in the entire United States. And so we appreciate the many things that the organization has done. And I want everybody to know that Hosea Williams was a personal friend of mine, because I remember when he worked for the U.S. Agricultural Department out on the south side, and he was in there a chemist and doing other things, and that was an experimental agricultural station there that they came up with a number of things to fight insects and to do things for the agriculture, to kill the bugs that was destroying many of the vegetables and fruits that we had. So, and then he and I worked on a number of charitable projects over the years. So I know him and I remember him when he left and he marched with Martin Luther King and did many things in the Civil Rights Organization.
Yeah.
And I would see him when he came back in town. And then I remember when he moved to Atlanta, and of course he set up for the homeless and the hungry people in the Atlanta area. And I'm proud today representing the county commission because I have a proclamation I'd like to present to you today. You being his daughter and having other family members, brother, and of course your son here today. This is really terrific. And we know
everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. This 2,000 miles I roam just to make this drop my home. Now I'm just gonna sit at the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Right.
And what I'd like to do right now is read this proclamation from the county. Whereas Jose Feed the Hungry and Homeless was founded in 1971 by civil rights icons Reverend Jose and Juanita Williams, their vision was instrumental in guiding Jose Feed the Hungry and Homeless as it became one of the most significant human services organizations in the Southeast United States, providing services for some 50,000 people per year. And whereas Jose Feed the Hungry and Homeless, a Christian international aid organization, distributed more than $3 billion in food, clothing, medical, educational, toiletries, furniture, and cleaning supplies to 16 Georgia counties, 3 states, the Philippines, the Ivory Coast, and Uganda. And whereas Jose Feed the Hungry was created to help less fortunate people in the United States, and it has forged a spirit of cooperation between individuals, corporations, and churches of the first world and of the third world. The Georgia State Senate named Jose Feed the Hungry one of the top charities in Georgia for its Katrina relief program. Now, therefore, I, Pete Lukakis, Chairman of the Chatham County Commission, do hereby proclaim Saturday, June the 19th, 2010, as Jose Feed the Hungry and Homeless Day in Chatham County, and urge all citizens to join as we pay tribute to this dynamic organization and offer support for their efforts in providing assistance to our fellow mankind. And that's really important because Jose, over the years, he reached out to help people.
I would just like to say that this is where I was born, and it's a fitting memorial that we're standing in front of the rock where my father used to have rallies to get the people excited about voting and really inspire them for the movement that was to come. Well, we're inspiring another movement today.
Yes.
And that movement is for the Savannah chapter of Hosea Feed the Hungry, and we're expecting great things from this chapter. Not only because of the leadership of Reverend Gilliard, but because he has really dedicated people behind him.
Yes.
And we've met some of these people, we've seen some of these people, and as you all know, without a foundation, the house must fall. So Reverend Gilliard has a good foundation here in Savannah, and we really look forward to working with him and showing him what we know about what he needs to do, and then letting God do the rest. Thank you.
When people can't feed their families, when people can't keep their lights on, when people continue to be evicted from their homes, hand-to-hand basic needs met, one person at a time all year long. And so Jose Feed the Hungry began in that humble moment 40 years ago. And today we serve over 160,000 people a year in